Hey, everybody! How's everyone going tonight? Welcome to the third edition of Live Reading the Bible with Dan. My name is Dan Weber, and as always, I will be your reader this evening. This evening, we're going to read Genesis 27. I don't know if you brought your Bibles. If you didn't, you're just going to have to follow along when I read. Otherwise, follow along in your own student Bibles. And make sure that, we're going to have a quiz at the end. And, if you don't pass, you're burning in hell. That's what's going to fucking happen. It's a sad state of affairs. So before we start reading or whatever, I want to give a little background because this starts kind of in the middle of the story, and I need to explain the four characters that are involved. The first one is Isaac. If you're not familiar with who he is, he's the old man that is suffering from PTSD from his dad almost stabbing him to death. Because Yahweh played a terrible practical joke on Abraham. And Isaac had to build the altar he was going to get stabbed on. And he spent the rest of his life all kinds of fucked up. So he's old now and blind and half fucking crazy. His wife is Rebecca. Rebecca was purchased for Isaac, and so there's no love in their marriage. Like, he fucking hates fucking Isaac like with a burning passion. And she loves one of her sons. There's two kids. The first one is Esau, and he's essentially the Ted Nugent of fucking Genesis. He's got covered in fucking red hair, and he's a badass, and he just goes out and kills shit and farms, doesn't give a fuck, eats raw meat. Then there's Jacob. And Jacob, the Bible describes on many occasions as the smooth-skinned boy. Which is a really fucking weird thing to fucking constantly bring up. He also just likes to hang out in his mom's tent and read her poetry. So he's essentially the Robert Smith of Genesis. And as it turns out, he's going to be the father of the nation of Israel. I guess the father of the nation of Israel was just an emo kid that just really liked to read to his mom. And that's kind of a fucking weird thing. So he's Rebecca's favorite. That's pretty much all you need to know. But this whole chapter 27 of Genesis, is based on a terrible lie. And so I want to tell you about a lie that I told a long time ago that actually I didn't expect anyone to believe for any length of time, and they believed it for like 10 years. When I was hanging out, I was in third grade, we were waiting for the bus, me and my sister, and I looked over at my sister and I was like, hey, did you hear about that bridge to Hawaii that they made? And my sister was like, what are you fucking talking about? She didn't say fucking, she was 6, but we're just gonna adult the language up, is what it's gonna happen. She's like, what bridge? I'm like, oh, it's a bridge from California to Hawaii. It goes from Los Angeles to Honolulu. And my sister was like, oh. And I never thought anything of it again. Like, I just told her that, and then that was it. 10 years later, she's in her global studies class as a freshman in high school. And she's looking at the map. And she asks the teacher why the bridge from America to Hawaii is not on the map. And the teacher's like, that's fucking 2,000 miles long bridge. That's not possible. There's no bridge. And she's like, my brother said there is. And we all learned something that day. My sister learned that her brother's a lying fuckhead and should never be trusted. And I learned that sort of thing's fucking hilarious, guys. Oh man. I laughed so hard when she came home and punched me in the face. She was mad as shit. Her whole class laughed at her. Like, she never lived it down. She in fact moved from Tillamook to Beaverton not too soon after that, just to fucking escape it. She'll listen to this. I just want her to know that I've been telling that joke for about 2 years now. So that's my lie. Coming up, I want to bring up the 4 people who are going to join me on this, 4 of my favorite comedians and best friends in Portland comedy. Give it up for them. Whitney Street, everyone. Randy Mendez, Noriko Ott, and Christine Levine, everyone. Yay!
Hello. Hi. Hey. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
All right, they all work. Holy shit. Okay, everyone, we can all hear what everyone's saying. How are you doing, Christine?
I'm okay. I got it. I'm there.
You got it?
Yep.
You're on top of it? You got the lozenges?
I got lozenges, I got my slippers, I got tea. I'm all set, you guys. Let's go.
All right.
Podcast listeners are missing the slippers. That's the sad thing.
There's some hot shit. Yeah,
Well,
they look good.
the video is capturing the entire stage, so they'll be able to see it on YouTube if they want to see that particular.
I
So,
have one of these in my mouth while we...
yeah, absolutely. You can do whatever you.
You don't have to bite it in half. I don't.
Yeah, you don't have to chew it. Please don't chew it. It will like.
Not a bad podcast move.
Fisherman's friends are not chewables. They're like suckables, like any other fisherman's friend.
Why don't I know that about fishermen? I should know that already.
They're sailors. All right.
Alright. Thank you.
So, yeah, of course. So, because this chapter is based on a terrible fucking lie, do you have a lie that you told that you would like to relate to us before we begin?
Oh boy, do I. I have this lie. Okay, when you said ridiculous lies, right?
Yes,
it has to be just fucking dumb. Okay, I got one. When I worked at the porn store, I worked with this guy named Chad. And Chad tells me that he just got a new apartment. I'm going to take that out and put it right now. Okay, so Chad tells me he just gets this new... I did not do it. No. But I'll dare you.
No, you're sick.
Okay, so you're right. I'm sick. Okay, so Chad tells me that he moved in this new apartment on Hull Boulevard, and I think it kind of sounds familiar. And I said, oh, I think I used to live in those same apartments. And then a few days later, Chad asked me if I would take him home. And I go, okay, so I kind of drive in that direction, Hull Boulevard, I'm going down. And he goes, oh, it's right here, right here. I go, oh yeah, okay, these apartments, got it. And these are not the apartments that I used to live in. They're the ones they're kind of close, they're in the same area, but I didn't tell Chad at that moment, like I should have, these aren't the apartments I used to live in. So then, as weeks go on, and then months go on, Chad is telling me about his manager named Rosie. And then I remember, I forgot that he thinks I live in the same apartment complex a long time ago. And then I start telling him about my manager named Jerry. But I was like, oh yeah, when my manager one time caught this Mexican guy passed out in a Trans Am, and she gets out her gun, and he goes, what, Rosie had a gun? And he goes, she does not strike me as the kind of lady that would have a gun. And I go, oh, well, I guess so. So I just keep going with it. Yeah, we have the same manager, and manager Rosie thinks that she might remember you. When was you lived there again? And I was like, oh, it's just, wow, Josh, I have to remember when that was. Okay, so it keeps going, and all the time I'm paranoid, every time I go into a story about my ex-manager or where I used to live on Hull Boulevard, my butt cheeks clench because I think, oh shit, he's going to catch me this time. I can't say that. And so the only way I think that I can fix this situation is I have to get Chad fired. That was my...
Jesus Christ.
Because I couldn't... Okay, but listen, this is why I had to get him fired. Because I couldn't... Because at that point, we're talking 6 months down the line where this dude thinks that I used to live in these same apartments. I could not... Because it was so stupid. At no point could I say, we have to stop the charade. I didn't live in those fucking apartments. That would be just... He would think I'm crazy.
He's got to go.
He's got to go.
But wait a minute.
He would think I was nuts.
Yeah, sure, but
It's not acceptable.
Is that the only penalty? If you, yeah, I lied this whole 6 months. Oh, well, you're kind of fucking weird. That's it. That's the whole.
Well, I couldn't have that. I have a rep to protect my hair.
Yeah, because
Anyway.
everybody thinks you're totally sane, Christine.
Nope. Is that just you kidding? Is that real?
We're all on board.
Thanks. You guys like your jobs, don't you? You don't know how crazy I am. I'm a crazy fucking
Get
bitch.
us all fired.
You're done. Anyway, so I get it's weird, but Anyway, and then he got fired, so whatever. Chad is not going to listen to your podcast either, because now he's deaf.
Jesus Christ.
Oops.
Did you do that too?
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right.
that was my life. You said ridiculous.
Yeah, all right.
did
Drink on, everyone.
Hey, everyone.
Drink on. What do you got for me, Nerico? What do you got?
I was trying to think of one, and there was the time I let made my friend's sister believe that Sally Jesse Raphael was a man. And then I came home and she was on the couch, like this 2 months later, she's on the couch with her friend, and her friend goes, I can't believe that's a dude. And then I was like, sweet, I didn't even fix it. I was just like, I'll let that go. But I went to a concert, I went to see the Eagles of Death Metal once with a friend of mine, and we were watching a ton of we were watching Train Spotting a lot at the time. And so me and him just started doing a Scottish accent to each other. We couldn't stop doing it. You know, when you get locked into a thing and it sounded terrible. We both weren't doing a very good job. And then suddenly people started talking to us, and then we couldn't stop doing it. So then pretty soon, and then during the show I met some girl, and she was real nice, and I kept doing the accent because I was like, oh, it's working. And then by the end I had to kind of say, I realized I was just gonna get caught in this thing. So I had to give her like a weird, like romantic goodbye, like oh my, lady, this could never work between us, don't you see? We're from two different worlds. But I had to give her a whole weird goodbye.
Why didn't you just fake a concussion?
No, that would have worked great.
Just like, oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? What?
I've lost me accent.
Oh, beautiful. All right, Randy. So this is your first time on the podcast.
Yep.
What do you were telling me you've had religious whatnot.
Oh, yeah, I was extremely religious. I've preached in front of a congregation before. I was on that path for a good long time. Yeah.
And what happened?
Well, I came to my senses. The way I got away from the church was actually through church. I got into an argument with my youth pastor at the time, and we were having a discussion, and he was telling us, because we were evangelicals, our job is not only just to be Christian, but to get out there and to save souls. And he was reading us passages from the Bible that you go out there and you save souls, you'll be rewarded in heaven. And I was like, that's not possible. And he's like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, well, you're in heaven. If you don't have greed or desire or want, you can't be rewarded. The guy next to you could be in a mansion, you could be in a shack, but you don't have envy or want, so you both feel like, holy shit, we're in heaven. And he was like, you're causing problems? We'll talk about this later. And as soon as he said that, I was like, you got something you're hiding. That was how I left, yeah.
It is funny that they talk about it in terms of treasure. Like you're just gonna get like a treasure
Like a
chest full of
jacuzzi.
shit.
Like you're in a Sims house, and like with each new save, like that's how you purchase new additions to your home. Like 10,000 more souls, and I'll get a swimming pool.
But sometimes God just puts 4 walls around you and you end up drowning in your own urine. You guys have never played The Sims, I take it. That is something you can do in that game. It's fucking hilarious because it sits there and screams and like tries to get out.
Oh, and I have to give you my one lie really quick.
Right.
I have one bad lie that I should finally confess to. Well, my brother knows about it because it happened to him. That when we first moved high schools, we moved towns, and we went to a new high school, and I started to make friends because of soccer. I knew some people.
Yeah.
And he was like this shy kid that never said anything. And so my friends were hanging out, and they're like, hey, I said hey to your brother, but he didn't say anything back. And I was like, you didn't make fun of him, did you? And they're like, no. I'm like, good, because he's mute. He can't speak. And I didn't mean for it to go on that long. Like, it was just like a joke between me and that friend. But then, like, it started to go around, and my brother played into it, because the people were like, hey, Nick, and he'd be just like, and, like, that was it. And so finally one day, like, my friend Shannon Schwarzbach is like, hey, Nick, and he did this thing, and she's like, it's okay, I know. And he's like, you know what? And everything, like, the floodgates just opened, and he didn't speak to me for, like, the next 3 months. So I made him mute to me, I guess. Yeah, so that's my sin.
Randy Mendez, everybody. Yay. All right, Whitney Street, everyone. Whitney Street.
Okay, my life story is too long, so I'm trying to condense it. But so through the series, I was crazy at this point, so that's the premise of it. So through a series of events, I ended up backstage, like in sort of behind the scenes area in the Rose Garden, like in the convention center, right? And for a UFC fight. And I did not know it was for a UFC fight. I just knew that something was going on, and so I'm like just wandering around, like looking important, I guess, because somebody who works there comes up to me and is like, hey, are you a part of this? And like without skipping a beat, I was like, yes I am. I am part of this. I don't know what this is. I have no idea what this is. They're like, good, because we just had a few questions. And I'm like, I'm here to answer questions. And they're like, did you want us to keep these? They like led me to like this back, like a sort of a green room area. They're like, did you want us to keep these coolers filled all the way with ice or just part way? And I'm like, all the way. Oh, nice. And they asked a couple other guys. They're like, okay, we haven't gotten a guest list yet. And I'm like, I don't know if I have that. And they're like, that must be from David. I'm like, yes, David has that. David definitely has the guest list. To this thing, they're like, okay, cool. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna go home and change. Come back. I swear to God, I did. I went home, put on like the most professional thing I could, the buttonest, uppest thing I could find, and like a really nice jacket, and I just walked back in there like it was my fucking job. And they're like, oh hi, and I was like, hi, Hope. I had introduced my name to someone like, oh hello, Hope. She's like, hi, Whitney, come on in. And I sat at what I was now found to be a UFC fight. Okay, excellent. It's a UFC fight, and I sat backstage and I ate the buffet. And I went to get a drink, and I was like, I went to kind of like pay. I didn't have any money because I was crazy at the time. I lost my wallet. I had nothing on me. And they're like, oh, she's good. We know her. She can just drink here. And I'm like, and then I got a rock star hat out of it too. So. They never got in trouble. I don't know why it worked.
Excellent. All excellent lies. All significantly better than the one we're about to read about. Amen. This is fucking ridiculous. All right, everyone, open your Bibles to Genesis 27, verse 1. When Isaac was old and his eyes were dim. Oh, before I continue, one last thing. This is actually, we're going to actually have a drinking game. So here's the deal. Every time that somebody says, here I am, or behold, take a drink. All right? It happens way more than you would expect. Verse 1. When Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau, his elder son, and said to him, my son? He said to him, here I am. Wake up, everybody. Cheers. Cheers. He said, see now, I am old, and I don't know the day of my death.
Master of the obvious.
Yeah, right. Nobody does, Isaac.
I used to when I was younger, but I've forgotten it. Was it a Tuesday?
The true tragedy of Alzheimer's is you forget when you're going to die.
Too real.
It's near Martin Luther King Day. I know it is close to this near my birthday. Okay.
All right. What?
You want to die the day after your birthday, so then you still get the cake. Like, you can't, don't die on your birthday, guys.
Yeah.
There's a take-home
There's a
message
little
here.
take-home tip from Whitney Street.
Sorry.
Verse 3. Now therefore, please take your weapons, your quiver and your bow, and go out into the field and take me venison. Make me savory food, such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, and that my soul may bless you before I die. Why doesn't he just bless him beforehand, or at any time ever? Like, why is he making it conditional on getting him a fucking venison stew?
Because he gets a real good steak out of it. He's like, I want to make sure it's a good steak, so I will wait until... Because you get that blessing, you know you're just going to die. You're drowning your own piss in that tent.
Yeah, probably Jacob or Esau, right? Esau. Yeah, probably he wasn't going to do it anyway.
He's got such ungrateful sons, you have to ask them to bring him a dinner before he dies. It's kind of reasonable.
Yeah, bring me some food. You want this fucking blessing I gotta do? You better fucking go get something. Oh, bring me some food. Yeah. That's how I do with my kids. I'm just saying. That's how I play it.
That's like, turn on the TV, bring me some food.
That's right.
They couldn't ask him to like go to this, like that's like a long trip to the store back in the day. It's like, look, get all of your gear. I want you to rub yourself with elk urine so they can't smell you. I want you to hide in a bush for about 6 hours. Papa's peckish. I want to just get me a snack.
Well, here's the
It's a
thing.
tall fucking order. That blessing is good.
But Esau, it turns out to be not too bad. Esau is the Ted Nugent of Genesis, so killing deer was like, he smelled like deer all the time. Like he didn't have to disguise his scent at all. He reeked constantly, as they'll point out later.
Piss.
What's that?
You reek like piss.
He what?
You reek like piss.
Reek like piss.
He
The
reeked
piss
like-
of deer.
Like
He
deer
reeked
piss.
like
Like deer piss.
deer.
He reeked like deer piss. The piss of deer.
So we reeked
Like piss.
Yes.
We got it.
Yes.
Heard you like 6 months.
Got it!
Bandit.
We did.
Okay, everybody. Deer piss, everybody.
Oh, is that what he said?
Swear to God. Verse 5.
It means in Hebrew.
Rebekah heard when Isaac spoke to Esau, his son. Esau went to the field to hunt for venison and to bring it. Rebekah spoke. He's gonna bring it, son. Like I'm. Bring me the venison, motherfucker. All right. Verse 6. Rebekah spoke to Jacob, her son, saying, "Behold, I heard your father speak to Esau, your brother, saying, 'Bring me venison and make me savory food that I may eat and bless you before Yahweh before my death.'" This is something the Bible does all the time, where they just repeat themselves fucking over and over again. Like, there was not a good editor at all back in the day, or whoever wrote this is just like, yeah, let's just repeat exactly what fucking just happened.
They had like a word count limit for like to go to press. They're like, no, 1,000 words. Like, I don't fucking know what to say. Like, I'm saying again.
Have the dialogue be exactly the action that just happened before.
No, it's like a street joke. It has to happen 3 times over and over again. Then you get the punchline.
It's also like they have a name shortage too. I overheard him talking about Esau, your brother, not that other.
Lots of other Esau's. Like 1,000.
Excellent.
Yeah, Whitney.
Perfect.
Y'all just been streed. You know that?
The street joke. Oh, that's much more fucking WordPress domain, you guys. I thought of that one a long time ago. I was old.
Verse 8. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I command you. Go now to the flock and get me from there 2 good young goats. I will make them savory food for your father, such as he loves. Goats. As opposed to deer. Like, they don't taste anything alike at all. Like, how is he gonna fucking do this? It's a terrible trick.
Just cook it within an inch of its life. I don't know what does it taste like? They're both 4-legged, right? Like, it's me
Is
justifying
that
it
what
to the other
differentiates
brothers. I don't
flavors?
know.
It's like the number of legs. 8 legs, too sweet.
Well, why?
7 or less, minimum.
I don't want to be decadent.
It's also a flaw in Esau's wishes too, because he asked Esau to do something manly, like go and kill these things.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Then make a lovely dinner, like your mother does. Like that's like a huge flaw in this whole request. Like he basically set Rebecca up for what she's about to pull. Yeah.
Well,
Woman's work. For them.
That's how
Okay, then.
Forever.
It's in the Bible.
Yeah.
It's clearly true. Verse 10. You shall bring it to your father that he may eat, so that he may bless you before his death. Jacob said to his mother, "Behold,
Ready?
Esau, my brother, is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man." Yeah. That's fucking weird. Like, why does that matter?
Primary identity.
I can only imagine, the only thing that I think about this is that it just shows that, like, Jacob is, like, the child. You know what I mean? Like, they're trying to, like, say, like, look how immature and stupid this one is. And look how, manly and tough guy this one is.
I think you could be smooth and still be kind of mature.
I don't know about that, Mariko. Why don't you take off your shirt and show it? Is that a real thing or not? I don't know.
These two look more mature to you.
Yeah.
We don't have to judge right now.
There's no demonstration here.
Which one do you think's gonna get you a venison?
Who's gonna go out back and kill a Belmont goat? It's that one.
I can whip up a really thick-ass goat, though. With the help of my mom.
As long as your mother cooks it, because Jacob doesn't cook shit.
Jacob seems totally useless.
Yeah, you know,
Jacob seems totally useless too.
and the rest of the Bible pretty much proves it.
Oh, except for like creating everyone. Right. That was.
Yeah.
Verse 12. What if my father touches me?
Can that be a different
This old story.
Every time incest is not so subtly fucking referenced, you have to drink? Alright.
I'm gonna be too drunk, you guys.
What if my father touches me? It will seem to him as if I was a deceiver, and I would bring a curse on myself, not a blessing.
Now's a good time to point out that Jacob's name means deception or deceiver. That's his name.
Yes.
It's liar pants.
Yeah.
That's called bad. If you name your kid liar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he changes his name to Israel later.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's not good at liar. We're just going to call ourselves...
Classic liar move.
Yeah.
Change your name when everybody figures you out. Fucking brilliant.
Move to another
Never
town.
know.
Who are you? Israel, bro.
Google searching. Israel just doesn't show up. He's got no past.
Is anybody else doing the catalog of Jacobs in their own life right now? Like, yeah. Kind of.
I know a Jacob. Verse 13. His mother said to him, "Let your curse be on me, my son. Only obey my voice and go get them for me." He went and got them and brought them to his mother. His mother made savory food, such as his father loved. Rebekah took the good clothes of Esau, her elder son, which were with her in the house, and put them on Jacob, her younger son. So he would reek like deer piss, is really...
Yeah. Dressed him as his skins and his stinky clothes. Gross.
Yeah, right?
What a bitch.
I like the which were in the house. Like, by the way, like kind of a total like.
She didn't have to go far.
It's like, by the way, she had those the whole time, so this story totally checks out.
There's nothing... Yeah, there's nothing weird about what she's doing at all right now.
Why doesn't Esau just go kill a deer? Like, why does that not just happen? Like,
It's not our smooth skin away.
okay, you're right.
Oh, Jacob? What is it, Jacob go
This
do?
is undeniable logic.
Yeah, that's what she
Well,
did.
Jacob has spent his entire childhood reading poetry to his mom. Like, he doesn't know how to kill anything. Like, he can't use a weapon at all.
Because he's soft.
He's soft. He's a smooth skin boy.
Yeah.
Which are totally fine.
If you're into that kind of thing, there you go. All right.
Verse 16. Verse 16, everyone. She put the skins of the young goats on his hands and on the smooth of his neck.
That's so gross.
That is so fucking gross.
Don't let your mom do that.
Listen, they don't say that they cleaned it first or whatever. They just slapped some bloody ass fucking skin. Just squirt, slap, like fucking covered in blood.
They did not tan it, for sure.
No, they didn't
I
have
didn't
time.
have that kind of time.
Wet, fresh goat skin.
Also, I don't know if you've ever pet a goat before or a person, but the hair totally different on people as opposed to goats.
I was just fooling Isaac. He's like, yep, goat, that feels like my elder son, pretty much.
There's hair. Like, that's the only fucking similarity between goat skin and human skin.
Good enough.
A little bit of hair.
Have we considered the idea, maybe this was just like, let's play a joke on your dad. Like, this is going to be so fucking funny.
So funny.
We'll get you in the will instead of your brother, and then we'll all jump out and go, wah, wah.
Gotcha.
My house.
Verse 17. She gave the savory food and the bread which she had prepared into the hand of her son Jacob. He came to his father and said, "My father?" He said, "Here I am." are you, my son? Okay. How do you fucking not know? Like, you're my son. I know you're my son. I recognize that much. Which one of you are you? Like, that's fucking messed up.
That's how many fucking kids he made, man. It's like anybody that comes in here. Who are you? Male? Son. One of mine. I know it. I don't know which. I was allowed a lot of wives.
Jacob said to his, verse 19, Jacob said to his father, I am Esau, your firstborn. I have done what you asked me to do. Please arise, sit, and eat of my venison, that your soul may bless me. Isaac said to his son, how is it that you have found it so quickly, my son? He said, because Yahweh your God gave me success. Which is the number one thing that Christians always say all the time. Like, that's, God did it. That's what fucking happened. Like, how did I get the elk? Fucking God. What's your problem? You
How
don't
did I
believe
win the
enough?
Super Bowl? God. It's everything. That's true. Stupid.
How is it that he took a risk here on like triggering poor Isaac's PTSD? Because this is exactly how we got out of the last God prank. Was like Abraham was about to stab him, and then God's like, "Call it off. It was a joke." And for that, I provided you a goat. And now he's like, "That guy provided you this goat." I mean, deer.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah. Yeah, I'm wondering if he flinches every time he hears the word Yahweh. Like if Isaac's just like, ugh, like,
Yeah. What did he do? Is he here? Did you see him? Oh, Jesus. Oh, I don't mean that. Not yet.
That's later.
That's later.
What a great like low bar for good parenting you have then. Like later on, you're like, hey, did I stab you? No. Right? Did I threaten to stab you? No. Father of the year. Where's my mug?
The best part is he literally makes fucking Isaac carry all of the sticks he's gonna burn him with after he stabs him, all the way up to the top of the mountain, and then has him pile all the rocks into an altar, and then lay himself down and tie himself up first.
Yeah.
And then he's about to stab him, and Yahweh's like, nah, call it off. I'm just joking.
It's like Abraham was a cartoon villain.
Yeah.
Like, oh. Who's gonna save you now?
The only difference is no railroad tracks. Verse 21. Isaac said to Jacob, please come near, that I may feel you, my son, whether you are really my son Esau or not. What the fuck? Like, why can't you just tell? I mean...
What world does he live in where he can just command whatever man is in front of him to come over here and be touched? Because you're probably my child.
But it's like he knew that there was some fishy shit happening. He was suspicious already. Like, he knew, like, oh, that doesn't smell like...
You smell like a goat.
You were my trickster wife.
Yeah. It's like he knew something was going on. Like, he might have heard him or something.
Well, here's the thing, like...
He was suspicious.
You smell like my lying goat skin covered wife.
Isaac's blind, right?
Yeah.
Which means that he should be able to hear better
Yeah.
than before.
Are you going on the theory of Daredevil?
Daredevil doesn't hear better. He has radar senses. You the fucking comic book shit straight, son. Also, it's just, I mean, when you fucking can't see, like they just, I mean, you're the other senses try to make up for
Everybody
it.
says that.
That's what everybody says.
Well,
Everybody
Jacob
What
should
every
be,
blind person says.
Jacob should be praised a little bit here because he knew his dad well enough. He's like, that motherfucker always touches me. Like, I am a fair-skinned boy.
You know,
Let me give you the old biblical CSI treatment. Let's see if you pass the touch test, son. You know?
Well, no.
Put him in here.
yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, that's...
I'm sorry, it wasn't specific.
Turn your head and cough.
Smell your musk. I know what you mean.
That ain't the sweat of someone who's killed something.
How this turned into a gay porn?
I don't know.
Go there quick.
It's the
That's no
fucking
problem.
Bible. That's how it happened.
Not a lot of ladies cast in this thing.
Verse 22. Jacob went to Isaac his father. He felt him and said, The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau.
Or a goat.
Or a goat. Dude, so if the voice is Jacob's voice, right? Like, isn't that enough? Like, you can't possibly be.
Yeah, one of these kids definitely has all the testosterone.
Yeah.
So Jacob went prancing in there dressed as a goat, like a springtime fawn. Like, hello. Like he's a Midsummer Night's Dream. Like,
Hello.
man. Will you sing show tunes like Jacob?
Throws a handful of glitter. Behold! Here I am, Father. Totally killed this with my
But you're
hand.
wearing a fur coat like Esau. It's crazy.
I stabbed it because it called me a bitch, and I said, "Fuck you."
You, I don't need that shit.
And I said, "Take this and that." I'm gonna keep going. It's fun for me.
Yeah, he's in character.
He's in character now.
Yeah.
He's our Jacob.
Oh no!
Damn it.
Damn it. You caught me.
You're so soft.
Thank you.
That's right.
Verse 23. He didn't recognize him because his hands were hairy like his brother's Esau's hands. So he blessed him. He said, "Are you really my son Esau?" Jacob said, "I am."
Sure.
Investigation over.
Exactly. Like, what the fuck? Way to give him the fucking 3rd degree, dipshit. Like, are you Esau? Yeah. Okay. Fucking, I'll trust you. Why not? So fucking weird. Like, Isaac is just so dumb.
Maybe he just wants to believe in his son. Maybe he's a nice guy. He's probably not a nice guy.
Maybe he's
But, like,
140 years old.
Why do my children continue to deceive me? I just asked for some meat. And I was like, anyone who brings me some meat, it's cool. It would be cool for some meat. And they're like, no, we're going to lie to Dad again all night. Why would they do that to me? Maybe it's just Esau.
He narrowed it down. He was like, "Who are you? My son? Jacob?" Yeah, whatever. I'm out with the sandwich.
I do think it would have been funny if Jacob had fucked up at that point and been like, "Of course not. Ah, damn it. Shit. Caught.
You got me.
But you're so hairy, I'll fucking bless you anyway." Verse 25. He said, "Bring it near to me, and I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless you."
Yeah.
Son's venison. And the
totally
son of
gay
my
porn
venison
story.
and the
Oh, yeah.
son of his venison.
A little bit of incest thrown in for good
Oh, yeah.
measure, like it's a gray fox. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gray fox with a twink,
Yeah. Just chicken
a
hawk.
furry twink.
I love it.
He's dressed up like an animal.
Yeah.
So he's wearing a fucking...
He's a furry.
He is a yeah.
Biblical furry. I'm a goat now.
Eh.
I still want to start a furry group
Fuck
now
me in my
called
little
Sons
goat
of Jacob.
butthole.
Sons of Jacob. Start a furry group called Sons of Jacob.
We're the all goat furry group.
They just wear gloves and neck shit on their neck collars.
Hi, I'm Capricorn. Welcome to Sons of Jacob.
Oh my god. He brought it near to him and he ate. He brought him some wine and he drank. His father Isaac said to him, "Come near me now and kiss me, my son."
Oh.
Now it's heating up.
Dear Penthouse Forum.
I never thought it would happen to me. Go on.
My dad said he would give me his blessing. And boy, did he ever.
My dad loved bears.
It's really the story of the twink and the bear. Which one gets blessed? Verse 27. He came near and kissed him. He smelled the smell of his clothing and blessed him and said, "Behold! The smell of my son is the smell of the field which Yahweh has blessed." Fucking gross, right?
Gross thing. That is a gross thing to say to a person.
You smell like cow shit and dirt.
But holy,
Oh yeah, that's you all right.
You no showering motherfucker.
That's my dirty boy.
Dirty boy.
You dirty boy. Oh my god.
Disgusting.
Ooh,
Sickening.
So gross.
so earthy.
He's so. I'm gonna wash you.
Little fuck pig.
I'm gonna wash you so good.
First of all, bless you. Go on, Dan.
Oh yeah.
Breathe.
It's really starting to
I
get
need
good.
to know how this ends.
Verse 28. Ooh. God give you the dew of the sky, of the fatness of the earth, and plenty of grain and new wine. Let the people serve you, and nations bow down to you. Be Lord over your brothers. Let your mother's son bow down to you. Cursed be everyone who curses you. Blessed be everyone who blesses you.
I like that he likes that new wine.
Yeah.
It's like, you want that fresh wine, son. That's what you're gonna get.
clearly the best one.
You like Beaujolais. Like there's nothing else. Nobody knows? Alright. Yeah, exactly. Yes! One person.
I know. Dear Kids,
Yes.
knows Beaujolais.
The other thing is, like he promises. Bourgeoisie one. He promises him the nations of the world will bow down to him, and that's a fucking weird thing to say if you're not like Lord of all the nations of the earth already. Like essentially it's like, hey kid, I've given you billions of dollars. And you're like, oh, Dad, where is it? It's in other people's bank accounts right now.
All the golden cow. That song.
You're just gonna have to take it from them and then it's yours.
Yeah.
Like that's so fucking weird. Like you can't fucking do
Give you
that.
all the money. Where is it? Check the future.
I like that you could just will things that like you have like, I give you the spear of intergalactic power. Where is it? I mean, it's like it's a metaphor.
Well, it's coming.
Yeah,
You'll
you
see
have
it
that.
someday.
You'll know.
Yeah.
You'll
Also-
know it when you see it.
And the power to roundhouse through a building. You can do that now.
I give you the moon.
It's my dying will. Give you the moon. Take it. It's yours.
It is something though to fill a kid's head with horseshit. Like, like you're gonna be like, I'm gonna be the dad of thousands and billions of people. They're gonna match the stars in the sky. What's your dad say about you? Nothing. You know what I mean? Like it's just like he's had to be. Oh God, insufferable. Like you can't even talk to Jacob.
Yeah. Now that he's gonna rule all the nations, no one can fucking talk to him anymore.
Well, let me say. Can I just say one little thing though? Okay.
You can say whatever you want.
This is so interesting to me because had this not little hitch in the giddy up happened, actually Jesus was a direct descendant of Jacob / Israel. So this had to happen for Jesus to be born. Thus, then fulfilling yet again more prophecy about Jesus. Like it's like the Bible was almost planned. You know what I mean? Like they all I'm saying that whoever wrote it got their begets right.
Wrote it down, Christy. Whoever wrote it down.
You know, I thought the same thing when Bilbo got that ring. I was like, that was crazy.
Right.
Because had not fucking Gollum killed his friend and taken it, and had fallen and ended up in that mountain. I mean, it's just like it's almost like it was meant to be.
I'm saying that's what I mean. It's like they planned their shit pretty good. Like this had to happen.
So make sure that Jesus is based on a liar. Way in the back.
Listen, if Esau had been the ancestor of Jesus, there's no fucking way to let anyone crucify him. He didn't been some giant hulking monster. They're like, we're gonna stuck you up.
They're
No,
like, he's
he's
just
not.
too hairy. He just falls off the cross. It's like a protective thing.
Giving him the cross is just giving him a club to go murder all the Romans with. That's what would happen.
But I mean, he had to have that birthright, though, so that he could be in charge of everything, so that he could be Israel, so that his children would be the first in line, so that Jesus could be born. Like, everything goes, all these begets and all this shit and all these mix-ups like this, all work in the Bible so that that child could be born.
Are you trying
It's
to
fucking
convince
weird.
us?
No, it's just weird. No. I'm just saying that's how the Bible works.
It's like the most
all of
awesome
that
deception
stuff
ever that
only goes down to
like
that.
200 episodes
That's how
in.
these-
This is really
these
just
two
a
books-
pro-Bible podcast. Like, we have roped you in for so long. You trusted
Thanks for
us.
coming to our meeting.
We'll be saving people later. You can come up here and we'll witness to you. And then we'll both pray together. And we'll. And
No,
Jesus will
that's
come
not
into
gonna
your heart.
happen. Shh, 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 shh.
Double twist, like an ironing, we're all ironically liking something. I'll say, wait, how did I get here? Why do I have my own congregation? What happened?
I mean, it's kind of interesting to me. That's the part. That's the part to me that was fascinating when I was like, doing all this research for this. Was that I could not believe that had this not happened, that kid wouldn't be born. And it was, and I don't even think Jesus was not a real person, by the way. I think it was a lie. I don't even think he's a real person.
Meticulously plotted.
In these books, yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost as if it was all written much, much later after the fact. Like, completely just like, oh, it has to be this way to work out. Fuck it, that's how it
Exactly.
happens.
No, the whole thing is like Dallas. That's how it is. Like, who shot JR? And then wake up and no, the whole thing is that.
Like, I was thinking it was more like Falcon Crest.
Okay, yeah.
Go on.
I get it. Dynasty?
Only because.
Move the fuck out, 20-year-olds.
Only because. Yeah. These are shows that were on in the 80s. So.
We're all 20 years of millions.
After the invention of television. See how that works? It's like it was all meant to be.
Television had to be invented so that Falcon Crest could come into being. So Jesus.
The Aaron spelling, right?
The reason it's Falcon Crest is because Esau is clearly Lorenzo Lamas. Like, that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
fucking renegade.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking right.
The
Yeah,
fucking
you got it.
renegade. Yeah, nobody knows this show? Lorenzo Lamas is the fucking renegade?
Yeah, he is. He's totally renegade. That's right.
Oh.
We walk some Mormons.
Some more.
Some more men.
It's lost.
Verse 30. As soon as Isaac had finished blessing Jacob, and Jacob had just gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, Esau his brother came in from his hunting. He also made savory food and brought it to his father. He said to his father, "Let my father arise and eat of his son's venison, that your soul may bless me."
Oh, I just picture like there's a tuba following Esau. He's just a big dummy carrying.
I brought the medicine.
Look, Pa.
He's carrying a deer over his fucking back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a sitcom. It's like, here I am for my well-timed joke. Something you want to tell me?
He goes in like Kramer.
Yeah. The dead deer.
Just immediately goes to the refrigerator. Verse 32. Isaac his father said to him, "Who are you?"
This guy had it coming.
He's so rude, since every other time any other male comes in the room, he's like, "My son?
Yeah.
Who are you?"
Who are you? Gross. Get out
Smell
of
like dead goat.
here. Esau said, "I am your son, your firstborn, Esau." 33, verse 33. Isaac trembled violently and said, "Who then is he who has taken venison and brought it to me? And I have eaten of all of it before you came and have blessed him. Yes, he will be blessed." Like, that's a fucking weird turn of phrase. Look at the
I'm
end of that.
committing to it.
Yeah, man, he's fucking blessed.
No takebacks.
Take that.
Damn it! I really knocked it out of the park with that first blessing. Shit. Damn it. He's. Ooh. Diamonds on the soles of his feet, that kid.
Oh God, nobody else got that.
Really, Falcon Crest got a big fucking thing.
Paul Simon.
You can call me
Paul
Al,
Simon
that
got
fucking
the-
hit. That's fucking ridiculous.
All
Paul
right.
Simon.
All right.
Yeah. Oh.
Verse 34. When Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with an exceeding great and bitter cry, and said to his father, "Bless me, even me also, my father." He said, "Your brother came with deceit and has taken away your blessing."
Sorry, I got no more blessings in me. Sorry, it's over.
Yeah, it's like
Sorry, all my blessings are out.
it's like these D&D. It's like a D&D thing. Like I cast my blessing spell today. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry. It's just,
I'm gonna have to sleep and memorize it tomorrow. I don't
do you
know.
see my blessing bag? Look, it's empty, dummy.
Yeah.
I don't have any more in there.
It's 1d6 per level. It's get the wait time, so
I think.
probably gonna die before that happens.
How does he? I mean, why can't he just go? Oh well, fucking. All right, I'll give you the same blessing, and then the blessing can fight it out. Like that's. You're gonna rule nations too, motherfucker. Because I can't say that anyway. Like
Yeah.
who cares?
Share custody of the nations. Like,
This is why your first wish is always for more wishes.
yeah. Blessing.
That should have been Jacob's blessing. Blessing with way more blessings. Oh, fucking sweet.
Why is it consistently the message in the Bible that you shouldn't follow the rules? Like, if you just lie, you're probably going to win, and if you follow the rules, your brother's going to beat you to the punch.
Right.
This happens all the time in the Bible. Like,
Yeah.
this happens with
It's kind of the thing. Mm-hmm.
Take note. Another take home, you guys.
More
Take
Falcon
note.
Crest.
It's,
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
guys,
we
win.
get it. You're right.
that's
you're
why.
right. You're
That's
right,
why
you're
it's
right.
so weird that evangelicals are so truthful now. Like after. Anyway, sarcasm. Wah wah. All right, that was a good effort, Dan, but not quite.
What?
Yes, and.
Yes, and
Yes, it was not.
you're blocking this scene. We still need to have our improv group where we call ourselves the worst. I like that idea. Welcome to the stage, the worst, everybody. Verse 36. Isn't he rightly named Jacob? For he has supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright. See, now he has taken away my blessing. Haven't you reserved a blessing for me? A little background on this. A couple verses before this, Esau is super thirsty. And Jacob has a water skin. And Esau's like, man, I'd give anything for a drink of water. And Jacob's like, how about your inheritance? And Esau's like, fucking sure. Like that's, he didn't steal it from him in that case. Like he was just dumb enough to give it away. Like that's, he's making it sound a lot worse than it actually was.
Well, couldn't he, I wish you would get his brother's blessing. Well, I'll just give you the one I planned for your brother. I want you to grow body hair, like a lot of it. I wish you stunk more, like shit and dirt. Like a man
Wish
should.
you lied to me a lot like your mom.
Yeah, it does make it makes you wonder, like, what was Jacob's blessing going to be?
Yeah.
I hope that you stop reading poetry to your mom and
Grow a pair.
grow up there, learn to use a spear or some shit.
Otherwise, you're gonna
He
die.
just doubles down, so he just becomes like a weird fucking freaky beast. Just a Sasquatch roaming the land.
Esau is the father of Bigfoot.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Blessed in the wrong way.
That's a biblical fact. No, actually, Esau became the father of the Turks. That's true.
Oh yeah.
Turkish people. You've seen those
That is-
brutes?
That's how that happened.
Brutes. Have you seen those brutish thugs?
God,
Jesus
they're
Christ.
monsters. Turkish people. Ugh.
We've alienated Turks and
You do realize we actually have like 10
really
listeners in
eating into the
Istanbul.
listenership.
Yeah.
Well, you should get some.
I don't have any now, like
Weird.
after I publish this.
Weird robe-wearing Chewbacca's, all of them. Beast people. Nothing? Alright.
The
Falcon Crest. Woo!
the weirdest listeners I have are in the United Arab Emirates. Like there's like 5
Don't
people
get
there
me
that
started on those.
Those are the richest listeners you have.
they're the richest listeners. It's just
They are
odd they would listen to this
super
particular
normal.
podcast, I would say. I don't know how they got a hold of it. Anyway. Verse 37. Isaac answered Esau, "Behold!" Oh no. "I have made him your lord, and all his brothers I have given him for servants. I have sustained him with grain and new wine. What then will I do for you, my son?" It's not a very imaginative man. Like, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of leeway you could do there. Like, you could give him a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, make him rich. He doesn't have to rule the nations. He could just have a shit ton of gold.
Yeah.
Just fucking, or...
Make him slightly smarter.
Yeah,
Like a little bit.
tiny bit smarter.
It wouldn't take too much effort on his part.
Hey, Dad, how about a slightly wider penis?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that not allowed?
He's like,
I'm sorry,
oh, what would I ask for?
What would I
Just
have
thinking.
to-
Just thinking. But my smooth boy dreams.
Smooth Boy Dreams.
It's the name of my album.
Your first album's gonna be Smooth Boy Dreams.
Check it out on iTunes.
You're gonna be wearing goat hair on your hands on the back of your neck.
Why am I getting so many sales and downloads in San Francisco? That's weird. Oh, they're being fooled.
The goat sex capital of the world.
That would be
No, the smooth
Istanbul.
boy.
I just killed it for you.
You just did.
Done with the Turks.
Yes,
You're
I
making
don't.
fun of their dad.
Verse 83. Verse 38. Esau said to his father, "Have you but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, my father." Esau lifted up his voice and wept.
Oh, it's like a cartoon. It's
Yeah.
so fucking dumb.
Hairy man tears are the rarest kind of tears.
Oh, God, it just must have been the most pathetic sight in the world. He just brought home a deer for his dad, found out he's fucked. Like, just starts fucking crying. Who's a pussy now?
Covered in deer shit and dirt
Yeah.
and fucking blood.
And these tears. Oh my God, that's just a pathetic visual. It's just so, oh.
And the snot's getting in his giant beard,
Right?
rolling down. He doesn't blow. He doesn't blow his nose. He's fucking
No,
Esau.
no, you just say.
He wipes it on his fucking furry, matted fucking flesh.
Gross.
Just why he
Just
looked
so
like it.
His
pathetic.
bitter Duck Dynasty tears falling down his dirty cheeks.
He would fit right the fuck in with that family, for sure. Except he's a Jew.
And they wouldn't.
They
Yeah,
would not.
that would
They're
not.
not down at all for that.
Probably not.
Verse 39. Isaac his father answered him, "Behold, of the fatness of the earth will be your dwelling, and of the dew of the sky from above. By your sword you will live, and you will serve your brother. It will happen when you break loose, that you shall shake his yoke from off your neck." That is no kind of blessing, guys. That is
A
a
shitty fortune
That's
cookie.
so great. Here, I got it. I'll fix this. You're gonna live in servitude under your brother, and he's gonna make you his bitch. No, that wasn't it? Damn. Yeah, well, it already left my
Well,
mouth.
that's
so,
the best I can do. That's all I got. I'm sorry.
It's not only my eyes that lack vision, you know what I'm saying?
exactly.
That
Like
was
he's,
genius.
That was so good. You knocked that out of the park. There you go. I don't care what anybody says.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Joe, she's our Rebecca now?
She's mine.
She's your Rebecca now?
She's my smooth boy.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna get him.
Okay. I'm gonna win you guys over. I swear to God.
It is remarkable how stupid everybody in this story is. It's just like I feel bad. I can't even really make fun of them. Like there's just not a lot I can do. I'm trying my best. We're all trying our best here. The best I had was making fun of the Turkish people. I'm so sorry about that. But I mean, it's just remarkable. This is just that they would even believe like, oh, you're out of blessings. That's just, I can't. It's mind-boggling. You can't even make another one up. Like, no, God, I got nothing. Sorry. It's like, I mean, it's like me playing jokes on my kids when they were little. Like, if you're not good, I'm calling Santa Claus. Oh, I love doing that. But it's, you know, you're dealing with that. But only these are supposed to be adults, and they're that fucking retarded. Gross. How did we get anywhere as a species?
Yeah, guys, seriously, how do we get here?
I don't get it.
How do we feel about life, you know? Like, let's rap.
Come on, Chance.
Let's talk for real about where we can find answers.
But it's a great narrative, and I think a great like reflection of like maybe this was just a joke. I just keep thinking like this has to be a fucking joke. Like somewhere somebody thought this was super.
Ever.
Yeah.
They were like, they are gonna sit on a stage in like 6,000 years. This is gonna be hilarious. Just write it down. I know it doesn't make any sense. Just write it down.
Like to them it made sense, and then it just made and then of course now the Jews and the Arabs were fighting forever, and that's the fun part of this whole.
That's the fun part?
Well, that's where this all comes from. That's where all that fighting. That's what's happening. It's because of shit like
So
this.
there's a good reason for it all, is what she said.
Yeah. It was worth it. It was totally worth it.
Were it not for a twink furry and his bear brother, all of the nations of the Middle East, it would all be getting along, but no. He got fooled by some goat skin on some hands, and that's it. Like,
Well, it actually started breaking off with Isaac and Ishmael, the whore kid, half brother of Isaac here.
That's his nickname.
Yeah.
poor kid.
So that's when the Ishmael is the father of the Arabs and Isaac is the father of the Jews, and then these kids branched off and they became obviously Israel and then blah 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 Jews. I already stated earlier. And anyway, and then it divided like all this stuff, all these promises and all this fucking blessing shit. That is what they are still fighting about in the Middle East. They're still doing it. When they said, oh, you're going to fight with your brother forever, or you guys are going to, like, war together forever, they weren't fucking around. They take that to heart, and they still think it means, like, now. It's still happening. Okay.
You heard it here first.
Israel is kind of an asshole.
We boiled down the entirety of the conflict in the Middle East with a conflict between two brothers
No, it does it.
5,000 years ago.
And they know that.
Shirts versus skins.
Because they saw the weapons.
You did it, baby. You got it. That's right. That's my smooth skin boy right there. Yeah. That was a good one.
Take that, Randy.
Oh, I know what that was. That was a dig to his beard.
So he owed that. Oh, they shall battle for all time.
Yeah.
Noriko and Randy in the saddest war in human history. You would throw a punch and your arm would come off. That would happen. Anyway, sorry. Verse 41. Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing with which his father blessed him. Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then I will kill my brother Jacob.
I love anyone that plots out loud. It's my favorite thing.
Just standing outside of the tent.
Then I will kill my brother Jacob.
He started mourning his father before
Wait,
he
where
died.
is he?
Yeah, exactly.
I will kill him. Where is he?
All right, to do. Number 1, grieve my father's death. Number 2, eat this venison. There's a lot of it. Your dad's not having a bite.
Number 3, find new goats.
3, figure out who skinned these goats. Track down the culprit. Yeah, kill him.
And then...
And see, there was a 5th thing. Shit. Oh yeah, my brother. Stab that guy.
Luckily there's only 5, otherwise I wouldn't be able to count any.
Yeah, they could do it.
5 and then I don't know more, I
It's
guess.
just infinity. I don't even know.
5 and then...
Stars.
Yeah, right.
That's how they measured shit.
Asterisk.
Yeah.
God damn it. He said it in his heart, but he must have... Actually, he said it out. He was just like wandering around the campground. Morton Dad killed Jacob. Morton Dad killed Jacob. It's like stomping around.
Kill Dad, more than Jacob.
Can we have the tuba sound?
Just glumping around
Yeah.
the fucking campground.
Super dark version of like Peter and the Wolf or something. I'm gonna make an up-to-date reference one of these days, you guys. Here's something that happened within recent memory, and you're gonna.
There you go, it is 143 years old.
We're getting closer.
I'm a timeless wizard. Okay.
I've lived forever. Verse 42. The words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah. She sent and called Jacob, her younger son, and said to him, Behold! Your brother Esau comforts himself about you by planning to kill you. It makes him
What does he just jerk off when you think about killing his brother? He comforts himself, sucks his thumb. What does he do? He's tweaking his nipples.
We're gonna kill him. Come on. There you go. Buck up, camper. We're gonna kill your brother.
Esau, so easily comforted.
This chamomile tea is good. It's like brother murder good, you know? Like
Real soothing, sleepy time murder tea.
it's like a hot bath or killing your brother, you know? It's like a
You
relaxing.
get a nice massage. You stab your brother in the throat.
Ah, Sunday.
Man, then you just feel. Then it's time for cartoons. Verse 43. God damn it. Verse 33. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice. Arise, flee to Laban, my brother, and Haran. Stay with him a few days until your brother's fury turns away. Bet it takes more than a week, guys. I think it actually takes 14 years before he comes back. He leaves 14 years later, just a few days. He returns.
We can't count, so it seems like a few days.
That is a shitty house guest. Like, I'm just gonna be here for like a week, guys. Brother's kind of pissed at me.
It's like a comedian that comes in from around town.
I've got a couple shows in town. I'm going to leave it here in a couple nights.
Yeah.
No, I'm booked in Boise. I'll totally leave. I totally got gigs. I got gigs. I got it.
Yeah,
Can I borrow your car? Can I borrow your car? I gotta get to Boise.
I think so. Verse 44. Stay with him a few days until your brother's fury turns away. You wrote that one. Verse 45. Till your brother's anger turns away from you, and he forgets what you have done to him. Then I will send and get you from there. Why should I be bereaved of both of you in one day? Like, is he talking about the father in Jacob or Esau in Jacob? Like,
It seems like everyone has just presumed Isaac dead. He's like in the tent, like, I hear everything!
I'm talking super hairy.
I'm still alive.
Hello.
Can someone change me?
I'm feeling better.
We'll have the funeral on Wednesday. It's Tuesday! I'll make it.
I think my eyes are clearing up now.
Verse 46. This is the end of the chapter, guys. Oh, Rebekah said to Isaac, I am weary of my life because of the daughters of Heth. If Jacob takes a wife of the daughters of Heth, such as these, of the daughters of the land, what good will my life do me? That is such a fucking weird thing to end the chapter on. Threatening suicide if your son marries one of the local girls.
Okay, because it
It's kind of getting the theme of emotional manipulation that this whole chapter is about.
do we remember she's a Jewish mom?
No, it's fine. If you want to marry one of the local kids, that's fine. I'll just die. I'll just die over here. It's fine.
You're killing your mother!
Won't have the force of will to carry another breath into my body. But you'll be happy, so that's good. Whatever you like.
Whatever you want, honey. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
But they were commanded by God not to touch those bitches. That's true. They were told by God, don't touch these bitches. And this is what, like...
Bitches of Heth, right?
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
they're calling them?
And the Canaanites, they weren't allowed to marry him. They weren't allowed to fuck him. But Esau, or whatever, he took 2 of these bitches as his
Alright,
wife.
spoiler alert.
Oh, is this our next show?
Read it in your Bible, kids.
No, it's,
I just mean that, like, this goes speaks to, like, he would have been a shitty leader anyway. Like, it's fine that Jacob...
He could only have 2 wives? Like,
No, you could have probably up to 20. Who cared? Like, they didn't give a fuck about that back then. Polygamy was fine. But he wasn't supposed to touch the dirty ones. And then he went for the ones that sucked dick. So he got Canaanites, known for...
the Heth girls.
Yeah.
the Heth girls.
Yeah,
Those Heth girls.
He was a man of passions. many passions. Anyway, so he...
Canal.
But that's why they said that, like, oh, he probably would have been a shit leader anyway because he couldn't abide by God's law in the first place. So it's kind of on the good side that's how Christians rationalize what Jacob did. Is what I'm saying. That's how, like, it all kind of comes full circle.
Also, in
Like,
not
nobody
bringing
gets
this
mad at
chapter up ever.
Oh no,
Skip it.
I looked it up on YouTube actually to see if anybody had anything, and this guy had done a cartoon of it. And at the end,
My dream, I've been thinking this whole time it's a cartoon. Why didn't you say that right at the beginning? But Christine, that's already been done.
but it's not like
Stop
a VeggieTales cartoon. It's like a realist, like it's an animate, but it's not like.
Like a realistic
It's not like how we would do it. Alright.
Like Dragon Ball Z, boom. Most recent thing I can do.
That's a good one, right?
The takeaway at the end.
But no, tell me the cartoon.
So the guy narrates it, and at the end he's like, "Only God could turn such deceit into something as wondrous as the nation of Israel." That's what he fucking said.
Right, yeah.
That's so solid.
Like,
That's a good
Israel
stand.
is always a Christian's hero. Like, this is the biggest and best.
Yeah.
And you have to support Israel no matter what. Otherwise, you're cursed because of that blessing.
Sometimes you just gotta lie and fuck over your family, you know? Like,
For the future.
for God.
Make sure you have one blessing in your bag before you do it.
For calming.
It's for the best.
It certainly was, guys. It's worked out really well.
No problems there.
Problems in that part of the world.
Pretty much solid.
The Middle East is great.
Everyone's real nice to each other now. It's worked.
It worked a little. I actually felt a little guilty reading this because I used to prank my dying grandmother when she was blind. And I was like, that
Why
wasn't so
couldn't that
nice.
have been your first
That's
lie?
what I was
Why
thinking.
didn't you do that for your sly
Well, I
story,
never
Randy?
lied to her. I just pranked her.
Tell us one. Can you tell us one? Can I tell us one? Can I hear
Oh,
one?
of course. I must hear this now.
Yeah.
Let's all go around and talk about how we've pranked an old person.
Okay, in my defense, she was a really horrible human being. Like Adolf Hitler bad. So just picture that, like Adolf in a dress and dying and blind, in a wheelchair. And she would make us watch movies and like we would have to recite everything to her because she couldn't see. Like, what's happening now? Like, we're watching Independence Day and like the aliens are coming. And then, what's happening now? Yeah, they're still coming. There's a lot of them. And we would get annoyed with this, and one day I was in my room, and my brother and sister are watching The Mighty Ducks, the Disney movie with the hockey kids. And I start going through the front room to leave the house, and it's that big moment where they hit the puck, and the goalie catches it. And the music gets really loud, and she gets really excited. She's like, what's happening? I'm like, holy shit, that girl just caught the puck with her mouth. Holy shit. She's like, really? And I'm like, what the fuck? She just took her skate and stabbed a kid in the neck. She's like, what? And I was like, no, she's sawing his fucking head off. And they're now playing hockey with his head. They're playing fucking hockey with his... What are you two little shits watching? And I walk out of the room, and the only noise I hear is like my brother and sister holding their mouths, like trying not to laugh. And all I hear from her is, I thought this was Disney.
Jesus
Sorry.
Christ, you're both Jacob. That's fucking awesome. I'm gonna have to say that right now. That's good. So, at the end of every chapter, because the Bible is supposed to be full of lessons, I like to try to figure out what lesson did we learn from this particular chapter. And this one, it's kind of obvious, at least one of the lessons. Lie all the fucking time. Like, never tell the truth. Steal whatever you need all the fucking time.
Don't kill deer. Because that thing hasn't worked out for anyone, apparently.
Take a moment to enjoy the victory. Rebecca went from like winning to like, oh, now I'm gonna kill myself if you marry one of these local hood guys. Like, no, take a moment. He's deaf. He gave up his blind. This is like his blessings. You can literally go to his face and be like, boom, like punked or something like that. What are you gonna do?
Just walk up to Esau and go, how's it taste, son? Like, just talk shit to your own kid.
Mom.
Mom, how come you don't like me? Well, you're so fucking hairy. And Jacob just reads me poems, and I just love that about him. You can't even read, you hairy bastard. Like it just, they never explain why she likes Jacob so much more than she likes Esau. Like, she clearly hates this fucking kid. Like, hates him with a burning passion.
Maybe Rebecca's womb was like, she's like a cat. Maybe they have two different dads.
Well, they are a lot different. They were twins.
Yeah, they're supposed to be twins, and one's grabbing, Jacob's grabbing Esau's heel, like, I guess when he comes out. But, I can't imagine, you can't have twins that are like that. One's super hairy, one's not. I don't buy it.
Fraternal.
It just sounds like garbage.
You're not buying this part of the Bible at all, are you? This part of the Bible's horseshit.
Yeah.
God damn it.
It's clearly wrong.
Oh man, it's that whole twin thing that fucked the entire religion up.
I'm out.
Two siblings looking kind of different. Not in any world I want to live in.
God damn it. Never mind all the other implausible shit, it's the twins. That's where it broke me.
I think the lesson is you put on a costume and you commit to that character. You just sell it. They're blind anyway, you know what I mean? Something.
Yeah.
Old people
They're
watch
blind
plays.
anyway. Old people, they're just blind anyway.
Yeah.
It's the slogan for the old people.
You can do whatever you want to them.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Trick them. Get what you want from them. The other lesson I think is that you can give somebody anything in your will, no matter what it is. You're just like fucking, here you go. Like here, oh, you want the earth? Yours. Well, how am I gonna get it? You're gonna have to take it from all the people that own parts of it, but you know, that's on you.
But
I gave it to you. You kids can't get in trouble for doing it. Anyway, guys, that's the fucking chapter. That's chapter 27 of this ridiculously retarded book. An incredibly stupid group of people.
Hey, we're funny.
You were great. Everyone was great. Give it up for the panel: Christine Levine, Rico Ott, Ben Mendez, Whitney Street. Give it up for me for having thought of this shit in the first place. And I'm gonna try to do another one in April because I really, really want to do the crucifixion of Jesus. So
That's just a fun sentence.
yeah, I mean, I want to say like Jesus got whipped as many times as I can in a night. So look forward to that. If you want to listen to the actual podcast, it's on iTunes. Just look up Reading the Bible with Dan. And if you want to follow any of us on Twitter, what are your Twitter handles, if you have such a thing?
It's just my name. It's just at just my name. At just my name.
Is it really just my name? That's what works?
It's Whitney Street.
Oh, okay.
You guys.
cute is that?
It's Whitney Street, guys. It's
Okay.
Mine's Old Man Rando, R-A-N-D-O. My father couldn't pronounce my name. That's what it was.
Mine's at Noriko Ott, no space or anything, just Noriko Ott. So there's two awkward O's back to back right now. So it looks like Norikoot.
That's like Dan Never mind. Don Glover. That was fine. Okay.
Tom Lover, that's it.
Yeah,
That's
you
right.
know that one. Okay. Also, current reference. I'm Christine Levine. Christine with a K, Levine with an E.
And mine is Daniel T. Weber with one B. At Daniel T. Weber. Anyway, thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. This wouldn't have been as fun without you. And until next time, folks, thank you very much. And good night.